You can't ignore it anymore. The split is happening, and you must choose. This isn't something happening in the distant future. The split is happening right now, in real time, all around us. Every single decision you make, no matter how small, is pushing you toward one of two realities. One of clarity and spiritual alignment, and the other, confusion and chaos. The time for waiting is over. You're standing in the middle of this shift, and the choices you make today are pulling you into a completely different experience of life. No one is exempt from this. Every choice you make now matters more than ever before. It's not about what's going to happen, it's about what is happening right now. Every choice you make now determines which side of the prism you stand on. You might not see it yet, but there's an invisible fork in the road in front of you. The way you think, the actions you take, even how you react to what's going on in your life, it's all shaping the reality you're walking into. Are you moving toward your highest potential, or are you letting fear and doubt pull you in the opposite direction? It's all connected. Everything, from your inner thoughts to your outer actions, is either elevating you or dragging you down. You have the power to shift paths at any moment, but every second you wait, the distance between these two realities grows larger. So what are you choosing right now? Think about the things you've been facing recently, whether it's your relationships, your career, or even your inner battles. Suddenly, they feel heavier, don't they? That's because they are. What you decide to do with them in this moment of the splitting prism will set the course for where you end up. Whether you choose love over anger, patience over frustration, or courage over fear, it's all taking you in a specific direction. This isn't just another spiritual theory. You've probably noticed that life feels different lately. Maybe you felt like your emotions are heightened, or that your choices come with higher stakes. That's because, in this magnified energy, you're being pulled toward either growth or resistance. Each decision now has the power to shift your entire life path. If you've been delaying decisions, this is your sign to act. Now's the time to consciously make the choices that align with who you really want to become. We're not just talking about subtle shifts here. The world is literally splitting into two distinct realities, and you can feel it. You're either waking up to clarity or sinking deeper into chaos. One path leads to a reality where everything starts to make sense, where you feel more aligned with your purpose, more connected to others, and where life seems to flow. This is the path of clarity, spiritual awakening, and peace. On this path, the fog lifts, and you begin to see the bigger picture. You're surrounded by people who are on the same frequency, and you start attracting opportunities that resonate with your soul. But the other path is different. It's filled with confusion, frustration, and a sense of being lost. This is the path where people remain stuck in their old patterns, repeating the same mistakes and wondering why nothing ever changes. It's a reality of chaos, where the world seems to be crumbling around you. These two realities are no longer merging. They're pulling apart. People are already noticing it in their daily lives. The way they interact with others is changing. The energy in certain places feels heavier or lighter, depending on the choices you're making. The world around you is reflecting back the reality you're choosing, and now the gap between those two worlds is growing wider. So which one are you heading toward? It's not about waiting for a future moment. It's about the choices you're making today. Most people won't even realize what's happening. They're completely blind to the splitting of these realities, and the reason is simple: distraction. Distraction is the veil that keeps them from seeing the truth. Everywhere you look, People are glued to their phones, drowning in social media, lost in the chaos of their daily lives. They've become so wrapped up in the noise of the world that they're missing the subtle but powerful shifts taking place all around them. It's as if a fog of fear, anxiety, and confusion has clouded their vision, trapping them in the old reality. But it's not just about distraction, it's about fear. People fear change. They fear the unknown, so they cling to the comfort of their routines, even when those routines no longer serve them. The truth is, they're choosing ignorance because it's easier than confronting the spiritual reality that's unfolding. They can't feel the shift because they're too busy holding onto a world that's slipping away. And by the time they wake up to what's happening, it could be too late. They'll have been pulled deeper into a reality of chaos and confusion, while those who are awake have already moved into something higher. That's why this moment is so crucial. Every small decision is locking people into one of these two worlds, whether they realize it or not. Have you started to notice the signs? Chances are the choice has already been made, and your life is showing you which reality you're aligning with. Your life is a mirror of the reality you've chosen. Think about the shifts happening around you. Have certain people suddenly disappeared from your life? Or have you felt an unexpected pull toward new relationships, new opportunities? Maybe you've started feeling a deep sense of detachment from the chaos and negativity surrounding you. If that resonates, it's because you're already moving into the higher reality, a place where clarity and purpose guide your path, where you're no longer weighed down by fear and doubt. But the signs can be subtle. Sometimes it's not about external changes, but about what's happening inside you. Are you experiencing a shift in your thoughts or emotions? Do you feel more in tune with yourself, more aware of the energy you're putting into the world? Or maybe you're feeling an increasing discomfort in situations that used to feel normal, like a job, relationship, or even your social circle. That discomfort is a signal that you're no longer aligned with the old reality. But what if you're feeling stuck? What if things in your life haven't shifted at all? That could be a sign that you're still holding on to the old world, resisting the change that's calling you forward. Maybe fear is keeping you anchored, or maybe you're simply not aware of the magnitude of this shift. You've already made your choice. You just need to wake up to it. But the beauty of this moment is that it's never too late to shift. If you recognize the signs, you can still take action. It's not too late, but you have to act now. Many people feel like they've missed their chance, like the split has already happened and their path is set in stone. But that's far from the truth. The universe is always in motion, constantly responding to your choices. Even if you feel like you've drifted down the wrong path, you can still course correct. You still have the power to change your direction, but here's the reality. You can't wait forever. Imagine standing at a fork in the road. Each path is widening, stretching further and further apart, making it more difficult to switch lanes as time passes. You might not even realize that you've already begun walking down a particular path until you look back and see how far you've come. But just because you've taken a few steps doesn't mean you can't turn back or choose a new direction. The universe is waiting for you to decide. Are you ready to take that step? What does this shift look like in your everyday life? Maybe it's about breaking old habits that no longer serve you, ending toxic relationships, or releasing the fears that keep holding you back. These are the kinds of decisions that determine whether you rise or fall in the current split. What are you waiting for? Each moment you delay, the gap widens. Don't let yourself be carried along by inertia. passively accepting whatever reality comes your way. Take control. Choose to be intentional. Shift your energy and change your future. The path is still open, but only for so long. This isn't about one dramatic, life-altering decision. It's about the small, everyday choices that either push you toward your higher self or pull you deeper into confusion. So if you're wondering, is it too late? The answer is no, but time is running out. You have to take action now before the window of opportunity closes. Your awakening is the key to where you're headed. We often think of spiritual awakening as something grand, like a sudden flash of enlightenment or a life-changing epiphany. But in reality, spiritual awakening happens in the small moments. The quiet shifts in your mindset, the subtle changes in your energy, the gradual peeling away of the old layers of who you thought you were. This awakening is playing a critical role in the splitting prism. Every small realization you have, every moment of clarity, is like a stepping stone leading you to one side of the split. It's guiding you to align with a higher reality, one where you're more in tune with your true purpose, your soul's mission. Your spiritual awakening is shaping the path ahead of you. Every moment counts. Think about it. Have you recently started to notice patterns you hadn't seen before? Maybe your intuition has been heightened, or you're finding yourself drawn to different people, ideas, or places. These are all signs of your awakening. It doesn't have to be a dramatic shift. It's often the quiet, gradual awareness that moves you closer to the reality of your higher self. And it's not just happening on an individual level. This awakening is global. More and more people are beginning to notice the subtle signs around them, the growing disconnection from old systems, the sense that something bigger is happening beneath the surface. They're seeing through the illusion and tuning into a higher frequency. However, awakening isn't automatic. It requires intention and attention. Are you noticing the signs, or are you letting them pass by? Awakening can happen in moments of stillness, in quiet reflection, or even during unexpected experiences that shake you to your core. But if you're not paying attention, you might miss it entirely. Your awakening is your compass, and it's pointing you toward one of two realities. One is filled with greater clarity, purpose, and spiritual growth. The other leads to confusion, fear, and stagnation. Now that you see it, what will you do? The moment of decision is here. You've felt the pull, seen the signs, and now it's time to consciously choose which reality you want to step into. It's not enough to simply understand the split. You have to actively make choices that align with the reality you want to live in. This isn't a passive shift. It's an ongoing process that requires your full attention and intention. Look around at your life. Where are your current choices leading you? Are you following the path of least resistance, doing what's familiar, or are you consciously stepping into a higher version of yourself? Each thought, each action, even the energy you put out into the world is shaping your future reality. Think about the last decision you made. Was it motivated by fear, or did it reflect your higher purpose? Every choice you make now builds the reality you'll live in tomorrow. This is about more than just big, life-changing decisions. It's about the small, daily actions that often seem insignificant. The conversations you engage in, the content you consume, the people you surround yourself with, these are all contributing to the path you're walking. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.